Well, hello, Bowleggers, and welcome back. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here at my home. I'm back in the kitchen again, as you can see. And today we're going to do an old standard. I got an email the other day from a friend, from a follower in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And she wanted me to do a spin on some devil eggs. And today I'm going to give you my recipe on my devil eggs. It's a little twist to it. They're pretty much the old standard way, but it's a little twist that I think you might enjoy if you give it a shot. So let's get started on it. Let me get you set up here and let you see what I'm doing. As you can see, I have my eggs already boiled. I boil them probably about 15 minutes, between 12 and 15 minutes, no more than that. And I leave them in the water that they're boiled in and let them cool by themselves. I don't run cold water over them or anything. I just leave them in that water that they boiled in and leave them on the stove for about 30 minutes to an hour to where I can manage to handle them without getting burned. Then I peel the eggs. Then you want to take your knife. You want to go the long way on the egg. Cut the egg in half. Go the long way. You want to scoop that yolk out into a bowl. Put your egg on your tray. Okay, let's do one more. We got room for one more slot for another egg to go. We're going to dump that yolk out. Put our white half inside the tray. And as you can see, we have a full tray of half deviled eggs ready to be filled. Now, we're going to move on to our filling. Our filling is going to consist of some mayonnaise. You're going to use depends on how many eggs you're making, deviled eggs you're going to make. Here I'm using about 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Believe it or not, ranch dressing is a very good seasoning to put in your deviled eggs. I've been doing it for years and it gives it a great flavor. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing. And here is the twist I was telling you about. I'm a big fan of horseradish. Now this is optional. If you guys don't care for horseradish, you don't have to put it in. Me, myself, I'm going to put horseradish in mine just a little bit to give it a little zesty, kind of spicy flavor. Just a little bit. You don't want much. But believe it or not, that horseradish really gives it a good flavor. Just give it a try sometime. Now, you want to take a fork and you want to mash your eggs up. The yolk of the egg, you want to mash them all up. And your mayo, your ranch dressing, and your horseradish sauce. Make sure you mash them up very good, because now when you finish mashing them together, you want the consistency of your yolks to be as smooth as possible. No lumps. If you can help it, no lumps at all. So just keep mashing, keep mashing. Turn your bowl as you're working. Make sure they're mashed completely up. That's a little on the dry side, so we're going to add a little bit more ranch dressing to it. Because you want it to be creamy. Not soupy, but creamy. And you can either add a little more ranch dressing to it or a little more mayo to it. Whichever one you prefer. But you want it to have the consistency of a creamy salad type filling. Not stiff and not runny. Now, that's looking good. However, it's still a bit on the stiff side. Going to add a little more mayo. And that should get us pretty much where we need to be. All right, now we're cooking with gas, as they say. Looking good, looking good. Now, we're going to move on to our seasoning. See how smooth that is? Very few lumps, if any. And of course, now you got to have your seasoning. We're going to come in with some salt. Sprinkle a little salt in there. And now we're going to do some black pepper. And black pepper to taste. Remember, I'm a big fan of garlic powder, so I'm going to put my garlic powder in there. This is another thing that's optional. If you don't care for the taste of garlic, you don't have to use it. And now paprika is we're going to use at the end. We're not ready for the paprika yet, but we're going to use that as the end, in the end, to go over the top of them for looks as well as taste. It gives it a final look as far as presentation, as well as it does add a little taste, not much, because paprika doesn't have that much of a flavor to it, but it does give it a slight flavor. Now, you want to take a small spoon and you want to go in and you want to start filling your eggs. Let me show you a couple of them. I'm not going to show you all of them because it takes a minute. And I know you don't want to get bored looking at me stuff about 30 eggs here. But you're going to get a good spoon of your filling and you're going to put it on your egg just like such. Kind of spread it out a little bit because you want to cover that entire egg on the top. You don't want to, let me show you something that some people do. And it kind of makes, you could do it, but it just makes your egg look a little odd. Now you see the hole on this egg right here. Some people, they'll just fill that hole just like that. And that's all that's filled, just the hole. In order for it to look neat and give it a better presentation look, you want to fill this white area out here too. Even though there's no hole there, you want to continue to bring your filling all the way out to the edge somewhat. And that gives it an even balanced look. And you want to go over all your eggs the same identical way. Just fill that hole first. And then bring your filling out to the edge of that yolk. Almost to the edge of the yolk. Not to the edge, but almost to the edge of the yolk. And just keep going until you get all your egg whites filled. Your halves filled. There we go. All right. So as you can see, it's pretty simple to do. Now, I'm not going to hold you up to keep you, I'm not going to bore you with filling all of them. I tell you what, come back in about a good 15 minutes and I have all of them finished and I'll show you the end product. Come back and join me. Hi guys, welcome back. Well, as you can see, our eggs are finished. We have a complete full tray of beautiful devil eggs. You see that? Now, what I was telling you about the paprika, we're going to take our paprika and we're going to dash some paprika over the tops of them lightly. And like I said, the paprika not only gives them a little flavor, not much, because like I said, paprika has very little flavor. But it gives it a beautiful presentation look, a finished look. And those are your completed devil eggs. Simple to make and doesn't take a lot of time. So, you guys yourself can do this this quick recipe yourself, I know. And look, don't forget, give the horseradish a try. Don't knock it until you try it. You never know, you may love it. I found out through a friend a couple of years ago about that, adding the horseradish to the recipe. And it does a great job as far as kicking up that flavor. Give it a shot and let me know what you think. You guys have a blessed day. And always remember, try and be someone's blessing. Bye-bye.